Hello, everyone, and welcome to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this is the review of the science fiction anthology Merge, which is currently on Prime Video. This is a collection of 6 stories that are interconnected in the future where technology feels more human than ever. People confront love, loss, and identity as the boundaries between man and machine disappear. That is the synopsis of this anthology film. And you want to hook Kevin Reed, you hook him by an anthology. You hook him with science fiction and you blend them together and you got me on board. I must say, going into this, I didn't expect much from it. I don't expect much from anything from I'm about to say Paramount. I don't expect much from them either, but from Prime Video releases. I really I don't know, I've been burnt too many times by Prime Video. And so I wasn't like expecting anything to write home and tell mom about. But I must say, I was pleasantly surprised by this film. I was so surprised to the point to where I want to tell people about it, not only on this show, but just in my inner circle. Like, man, you got to check this out. Man, yeah, watch it. Just check it out. You got nothing to lose. This is that type of movie. You know, anthology films in its basic form is just a collection of short films, don't really have a connection through line, but it's just a collection of short films. You think back to Twilight Zone the movie and Creep Show and stuff like that. That's my bag. I like watching different stories. And when I watch a film like this, I want to be left. There's a couple of boxes you have to check. I want to be left, number one, happy with what I've seen and thirsty for more. And both of those boxes were checked. All 6 stories were good. I would say 5.5. 5.5 of the stories were really, really good and interesting. Now, this is science fiction because we're dealing with AI and things of that nature. But as far as it being a space opera like a Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica, no, it's not that. But it's rooted in reality, dealing with AI. And quite frankly, this should be a horror film because a lot of the stuff that was happening in this, I can see happening today. Actually, I actually see happening today, just not to the degree that is displayed in this film. It's scary. It's scary, the connection that people have with their technology. That they don't have any social skills with actual human beings. they rather talk to AI or be on their phones doom scrolling or on the internet just going through different things or talking to people on the internet and all this other good stuff before they actually talk to an actual human being with flesh and blood. And a lot of that was displayed in this film. One of the stories in particular, I just felt like, my God, this is happening right now. I think it was Subscribe. I think that was the story where this woman, she's just she's secluded to her home. She doesn't go outside because this AI thing has told her that the sun exploded or something to that effect, and the radiation, people can't go outside, you die. So she's just stuck in a house living life like normal, but in the house, not going outside. And it is so depressing. But I know people like that. I actually know people who don't leave their house. They're scared to death, especially after the pandemic. It was people have a lot of PTSD and they don't leave the house still to this day. And a lot of that was displayed in that particular story. Another story that really hit me in the gut, really had me questioning. And that's another thing. That's another thing about this film. It did a good job of uh keeping you engaged, touching you and hooking you in a way like you started questioning things in your life. And this film did that for me. Oh, one story in particular, the name is escaping me. Oh my god. But it's the one with the man, he lost his wife and he's a physicist and he developed something to go back in time to the moment he met his wife. And he messed it up. he, he messed it up, and I started thinking back when I met my wife and certain moments in my life. And, you know, we always say, man, if I can go back and change it, if I could just go back and do this, if I can go back with the knowledge I have now, boy, I would be something today. But the effects that would happen if you do that. And in the case of this story, the things you didn't say back in the day or in certain moments and that you wish you would have said and you can't go back and say it. You can't go back and do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And it did that in that one little, I don't know, 10-minute story. And man, it tore me up. It tore me up. That one hit me. That one hit me hard because I started self-reflecting. I was looking at myself in the mirror like, you're an idiot. You did so many stupid things that you can't go back and change. And it's stuff that you always think about, it's nothing that just conjured up when I was watching the movie, but it's things that every now and then it'll pop in my head like, man, I should have did that different. Man, maybe I should have said this, and you never went back. Well, not go back. You can't go back, but you never atoned for that. And that's basically what that thing did for me. Overall, these were really good stories, and the quality. To say that this was a low budget indie type film, the quality was really good. It was visually stunning. I've seen $200 million movies. I just seen one. I just went to the theater and saw a $200 million special effects heavy film that didn't look as good as this movie. And I'm not joking. That review is coming out soon. I am not joking about that. It was visually stunning. I was really, really impressed with the filmmaking. The acting was good. Everything. Not too many actors in here that I recognize. I think I recognized one from Game of Thrones, maybe. But other than, and it is like a background character. But yeah, it stuck out. But besides that, I mean, this was a really good film. I mean, I really have nothing negative to say about this movie. The best way to describe it, it's like Black Mirror. It's like low budget Black Mirror. That's the best way I can describe it, because that's what I was comparing it to while I was watching it. I'm like, okay, this is similar to Black Mirror, but just done a little cheaper. And not too many big name stars or no big name stars at all. A quarter of the budget, but does precisely what it set out to do, and that's to tell a story about love and loss. And that's beautiful to me. I thought that was a beautiful, beautiful way to tell all of these stories, and all of them can connect to you in some shape, form, or fashion. If the first, second, or third one didn't get you, maybe the fourth one will touch home, or the fifth one would touch you, or 3 and 5 would touch you. You know what I'm saying? It's something there for everybody, I believe, and I can't recommend it enough. It's currently on Prime Video. Merge gets a letter grade of a B plus. Yeah, I am so shocked and impressed by this movie. Really, what I really thought that it was just gonna be a whatever type of film, but it is not. All of these short films hit home to me. Well done, and you could tell the love and the care that went into each and every story. I would like to know, do you plan to check out Merge that is on Prime Video, or have you even heard of it? I know you probably didn't, because I didn't. I had never heard of this, but I'm so glad that it came into my life. I would like to know your thoughts. kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also search for this show on all social media platforms. Just search for the KB Radio Network. Also, don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe to the KB Radio Network channel and like this video if you don't mind. Don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, thank you for joining me for this review of Merge. I want you all to know that I love you, continue to love everyone, and until we speak again, you all be blessed.